All right, let's dive into something really fascinating today. We're going to explore a concept from our source material called creative intelligence. Now, this is a big idea that claims to get to the very bottom of where our thoughts come from and how we can unlock our true potential. So, let's jump right in. So, let's start with a question that, we've probably all kicked around in our heads at some point. Where do our thoughts actually come from? I mean, are they just random sparks in our brain? Are they just reactions to what's happening around us? Or is there something deeper, a single, quiet source where they all begin?
Well, the source material offers a pretty profound answer with this idea of creative intelligence. It's defined as this limitless, pure field of consciousness that lies at the very source of every single thought. The way to picture it is like a vast, silent ocean, and all of our individual thoughts are just the waves that ripple on its surface.
Okay, I know what you're thinking. That sounds kind of out there, right? A bit abstract. So how do we even begin to wrap our heads around it? Well, we can look at its qualities, the characteristics we can actually see in the world, and, even within ourselves. Let's break down what this field of creative intelligence really does.
First off, it's integrative. It has this amazing knack for bringing total opposites together. Stick with that ocean analogy. You've got all this action on the surface, right? Crashing waves, constant movement. But if you go deep down, it's perfectly silent, perfectly still. Creative intelligence is just like that. It holds both the busy, manifest world and its silent, unmanifest source at the exact same time.
Next, it's progressive. And this is really cool. It acts like a kind of mental guide. You know that mental chatter, all those random, chaotic thoughts that can just clutter up your mind? Well, this intelligence is what helps sift through all that noise, and it guides you toward thoughts that are actually clear, useful, and have a purpose. It helps you find the signal in the noise of your own mind. I mean, seriously, just look around you. From the perfect spiral of a seashell to the complex network of a single leaf, nature is full of this incredible order and precision. The source material argues that this is an accident. It's the physical expression of that deep, underlying intelligence. It's like the blueprint for everything that exists. And get this field is completely self-sufficient. It doesn't need to import materials from anywhere else to create. It's like a universe within. Every idea, every plant, every star, it all emerges from inside itself. This points to this incredible, self-contained power at the very heart of existence.
And this next part, this analogy they use, it just clicks everything into place. Think about the sap in a rose. It's just one substance, right? But that single sap contains the intelligence to create all the different parts of the rose, the sharp hard thorn, the strong stem, and those soft, delicate petals. It's one integrated source creating this beautiful, complex thing.
Okay, I can hear some of you now. This is cool philosophy, but is it science? And that's a fair question. The source material makes a bold claim. It says yes, it absolutely is. And it proposes a systematic way for any of us to explore and verify this inner world for ourselves. Let's see how.
First, it makes a really important point. Our everyday observations can totally fool us. Think about it this way. For centuries, it was just common sense, right? You saw the sun rise in the east and set in the west. It was obvious the sun was moving. But then a more systematic scientific method showed us the deeper truth. Nope, the Earth is the one that's spinning. It just goes to show real knowledge sometimes requires looking beyond what seems obvious.
So what makes something scientific in this context? Well, the source boils it down to a few key things. You need a systematic way to gain the knowledge, and you need a repeatable experiment to check if it's true. And that verification isn't just about what scientists can measure in a lab, it can also be tested subjectively, through your own direct experience.
So here's the kicker. How in the world do you run an experiment on something as personal as consciousness? The source suggests that certain techniques, like transcendental meditation, are actually that repeatable procedure. It's presented as a tool that anyone can use to systematically experience that field of creative intelligence and see if its qualities are real for themselves.
All right, so we've got this idea of a science of consciousness. But so what? Why does any of this actually matter in our day-to-day lives? Well, it matters because this knowledge is the foundation for turning understanding into effective action. This next part is all about the payoff, how that inner clarity can translate into a more successful and fulfilling life on the outside.
And the path it lays out is actually super logical. It's like a chain reaction. It all starts with gaining real, true knowledge. Once you have that, your thinking becomes clearer. And with clearer thinking, your actions become way more effective.
And of course, effective action leads to achievement, which in turn brings a deep, lasting sense of fulfillment. See? It all starts from the inside.
And this right here, this is the whole game. It's so simple but so powerful. The clearer our thinking, the more effective our action. It's a direct connection. When you improve the quality of your inner awareness, you just can't help but improve your results out in the world. It's a totally inside-out way of looking at success.
And to tie this all together, the source material gives us this one simple, really profound metaphor that it sums up everything we've been talking about, this whole philosophy of life.
It's all about this idea. Water the root to enjoy the fruit. Simple, right? The root is that deep, quiet, fundamental field of creative intelligence. When you take care of that, when you nourish your own consciousness, you're not just fixing one little branch of your life, you are enriching all of it, and you just let everything else blossom naturally. And that leads us to this final, really powerful principle that you can apply to, well, pretty much everything. Whatever you put your attention on grows stronger. It's true for your worries, it's true for your goals, and yes, it's even true for that inner field of consciousness. What you focus on is what expands to become your reality.
So I'll leave you with this to think about. Knowing that what you focus on grows stronger, and knowing that there's this powerful creative source inside you, where are you going to choose to place your attention?